Dean Foster, science fiction writer extraordinaire, joins Mara Purl, who is actress and author extraordinaire and nurse extraordinaire.
What is
we
it?
have a bunch of extraordinary people, I know. Alan, we've talked in the past about your writing, science fiction writer, of course, worldwide known, obviously, world-renowned. In writing science fiction, how is the e-books, the technology, how is that changing how you write? Does it change how you write?
It doesn't change how I write, but it certainly changed how it's presented. The last book I did, which came out from Open Road Media last year, it's called Predators I Have Known, has 4 different versions.
Wow.
In the old days, you'd have one version of a book. You printed the
Mm-hmm.
book and that was it. Now you have, in addition to paperback and hardcover, Predators I Have Known has an enhanced version with an interactive map that's built into it for Kindle readers specifically. And then there's a super enhanced version for people who have the iPad, which, in addition to the interactive map, actually introduces each chapter of the book with video that I've shot over the years. So if you click on a certain chapter, you get an actual video introduction.
Alan, is this a two-edged sword? Because can't you reach a wider audience through an ebook, or can you?
No, you can reach a wider audience. Anybody with any kind of an electronic device that allows you to read, you can download the book to that device, so you don't have to have proximity to a physical bookstore.
What's exciting is that reading has exploded. Some people are saying no one's reading anymore.
Right.
But indeed, people are reading constantly on every possible platform. So it really expands the universe, which is exciting. My publisher brought out my first ebook last August, and it was structured interestingly in a way that we would never have done in print, which was, I have a short story called When Hummers Dream, and it's a prequel to my first novel. So it came out only as an ebook, and it became a bestseller on Kindle, for example. Just a whole new opportunity to find new readers.
So as authors, should you go to ebook first and then go to hard copy, or hard copy to ebook, or should you do one or the other?
Well, it's generally a decision that the publisher makes.
Right.
And what's exciting is that now, when you have a ebook come out, somebody who's living in Kinshasa, who might not have had access to anything you've ever written before, can just go online wherever they have an internet connection and directly download your book. So it not only expands your audience, it makes the world smaller at the same time.
You mentioned prequel. Does ebooks make it easier or more convenient to do prequels and sequels? I mean, are they right there?
Well, according to Jeff Bezos, who's the head of Amazon, serial storytelling is uniquely matched to all these new technologies, which makes me happy because I write a series anyway.
Right.
So I was already writing a series, now I'm enhancing the series by writing short stories that extend and expand between the novels.
And then instantaneously, you're worldwide, whereas in the olden days, I say, was more.
I beg your pardon.
It was harder to actually promote the book, wasn't it?
Oh, I think it was, again, this is more for the publishers than for the authors.
Because there was limited resources.
But the problem of how do you take an unknown author who's never been presented in Australia before and make it known, now it can happen instantaneously.
But now, Alan, go ahead, please.
No, something that Mara said is a whole other aspect of writing that didn't even exist before, which is not just prequels, like you said, but for example, if there's a certain chapter in a book you've written, and somebody expresses an interest, your audience expresses an interest in that particular chapter, whereas before you would have had to write an entire book, let's say, in order to expand that chapter. Now you can write a short story, put it online for 99 cents,
Wow.
and somebody can read just about that chapter that you wanted to expand, whereas you don't have to write a whole book.
So again, as seasoned authors, do you like both? Do you wish you like both?
I do.
There's a place for both,
There's a
isn't
place
there?
for both. Hardcover is a unique experience that reaches all 5 senses, the touch of it, the aroma of it, the sound of it. But as Alan mentioned, now we're creating new technologies that will be a unique experience for Kindle and iPad. I'm working with a developer to do an enhanced version of my ebook, which will have ways of cross-connecting the information, and readers can explore.
But are we eliminating the younger people from what Tanya and I mean,
The experience of the hard
yeah.
copy. I wanted to finish that. I knew where you were going. I would say yes, but of course it's because I'm of the older generation. But you contend these will never go away.
One of the most interesting things that's happened, it's kind of like when the video recorder came out and everybody said this will spell the death of movies because nobody will go to movies anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen. What publishers have found, and what I found out as an author, is that not only is the paper book not going away, but you will find people who have electronic reading devices now, be they iPads or Kindles or Nooks or whatever, and they will buy the book for their electronic reader, and then they'll like it so much they'll want a permanent copy, and then they'll go and they'll buy the hardcover or the soft
So
cover.
it's almost like a teaser sometimes.
Well, you're selling the same book twice. The other thing, of course, is that you can't really get an electronic copy signed by the author.
Yeah, there you have that.
People who collect, they want that too.
Mara, we have to say goodbye to you in just a second, but talk about your series. What the Heart Knows is the
First novel.
Okay.
There's a prequel called When Hummers Dream.
Okay.
And you can enjoy them separately, but I think it's more fun together if you can. And there's also a short story for the holidays. And then the whole thing starts again next August with an ebook prequel, and next October with the next hardcover.
You're in Peoria tonight
Yes,
and Scottsdale tomorrow night.
that's right.
Okay. And they can find you where?
marapurl.com and Cision Wire, where all the events are listed. My publisher's website is bellekeepbooks.com. I'll be at Barnes & Noble. Thank you so much. Always lovely to be
Barnes
here.
& Noble's in Scottsdale and Westbrook
love you.
Village in Peoria tonight.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much,
to
Lou.
have
It's
you
a
on the
pleasure.
program.
Yes, Alan Dean Foster is going to stay with us. Joining Alan will be Susan McElhern. We're going to be talking about vintage books and antique books. Don't go away.